we have another fantastic speaker ready for you. In my mind, he is like the sales guy, so a big round of applause for Nevil.
Guys, I'd like to take you back to February the 26th, 2010. It was my last employed day on the conference calls with a major client and my boss at the time. The deal to BT was worth in the region of £2.5 million. Fast forward, because it had shifted to being my business rather than BT's business, I suddenly find myself thinking, oh my God, I can't pitch this. Whereas a couple of days before, it's like, yeah, £2.5 million, not a problem, let's just get it signed. Come on guys, crack on. So as you're starting and scaling your business, there's something that's going to get in the way. And that something that's going to get in the way is actually sat in this room today. Selling is easy, people are complex. Selling is understanding why this customer wants to buy this time. It's then explaining really clearly what you do and then asking if they want some. That's not complex, is it? This, ladies and gentlemen, this for me is singularly the best, most efficient and most effective salesperson. They get thrust into this world and they instantly have to sell themselves to their parents. And what do you end up doing at school? Well, you end up selling yourselves to friends, don't you? And they might go on and they might get a job and they sell themselves at interview. We are spending our entire lives selling, we just don't appreciate it. How about we start thinking about selling and sales as helping people? It's not about what customers want. It's about what this customer wants this time. There was a guy who had a web company and the first ever one-to-one session that we had booked, I remember it vividly, and he arrived and went, Nev, really sorry. He said, our single biggest client has just emailed me and they've said they want this huge piece of work and it's going to take me 4 hours to do a proposal, so I really don't have time to do this stuff now. I said, I'll rearrange it if you do me one favour. Well, okay, yeah, what's that? I said, can you phone the customer and ask him exactly what he wants? So I sat there with a cup of coffee and this guy disappears off. 10 minutes or so later he reappears and he sits down opposite me and said, right, I'm ready to start. Because he'd assumed and he'd thought and he'd guessed that the customer wanted this big fancy proposal. And we all fall into these traps where we assume we know what customers want and we stop asking. You're going to look at me and think, if this guy's going to give me advice on anything, the advice I really want from this guy is about dating. Is that right? But dating and building a relationship is very much like selling. You start at very low interest and very little time, and your role is to build this relationship up, nurture it, and get it to a point where you can ask that all-important question, okay? Do you want some? And that's a sales question, by the way, not the dating question, just to be clear. And young Nevil is selling into the finance director of that finest purveyor of pastries, and his manager really wants to make sure that young Nevil is asking all the right questions and doing everything that he should be. And Nevil's really pleased because he has that written down. I've got that information, I know that, yes. And she's, what I'd really like to know is, and she kind of reached this point and she went, actually, what do you guys do internationally? It's like, internationally? Greggs, sausage rolls. I can't believe you've asked the finance director of Greggs how many sausage rolls he's selling internationally. Until the finance director said, actually, we've just opened 3 shops in Belgium and you know what, we can't get data connections. And my assumptions had gotten in the way, and rather than understanding why this customer wants to buy this time, I'd assumed and I'd guessed and I'd not chosen to ask. My role today is to make sure that you don't suffer the same things. Thanks, guys.